Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the RubbingsRacing YouTube channel. Here tonight for round 2 of the GT3 Championship. My name is Andy. I'm going to be your host for this evening, and boy have we got a hell of a race here for you tonight. We have got some top class drivers, some of the very best on the PlayStation 4 platform on Project Cars 2 in our ranks this evening. Starting currently on provisional pole position at the moment, we've got our reigning champion here, Jasko VR, our Bosnian driver, driving the 666 Lamborghini livery as per usual. He's always very quick in qualifying, usually right up at the sharp end, and has pretty much put the car on pole position in, I think, the last, goodness knows how many events. I think it's about 7 or 8 GT3 events that we've had. He's ended up on pole position. He is one of the favourites for the championship this season. Races out of Vienna, even though he is originally from Bosnia. It's great to see him out here at Monza this evening, and he's currently on provisional pole with a lap of 1:45.1. That is absolutely rapid there. We've seen lap times just about dipping into the 44s in practice, so it'll be interesting to see if these guys can replicate that sort of form here in our qualifying session. We've got a few comments in the YouTube channel. Tuggy Bear says good luck, come on Nicky and Scott. Tuggy Bear obviously rooting there for NRP and Lions Foot here this evening. Bobby Thompson says woo, and Jeff Sharp is saying evening Andy. Well, evening Jeff, good to have you with us. Stealth Sheep there in the chat. Great to see these guys here. So what's going on at the moment? We've got a new guy to the GT3 Championship here this evening. He's making not his debut in the RubbingsRacing, but this week was his first appearance. He did a good job in the GT5 Championship on Friday, finished on the podium in the sprint race. Was very unlucky not to start the feature race due to a few technical difficulties on his end. He's going to come over the line now, and he remains P2 at the moment. Archil making his debut. He's been a bit of a star actually in the Apex Online Racing League, so we've heard some things about him, but we're yet to see it currently on our GT3. Oh, as he gets very out of shape there into the first chicane, and that will not do him any good. But Archil here, I'm sure we'll be seeing some kind of response to Jasko's time later in this session. Jasko coming into turn 1 now. What's Edwin doing? Edwin, we know, is a bit of a star around this track. We've seen his time trial on his YouTube channel. Edwin is capable of doing some unbelievable mega laps around this track. I've raced him many times around this track in the past, and he is absolutely rapid as he gets on 2 wheels coming out the second chicane and lights the rear tyres up. That's not going to do him any good. Edwin has got to put out a yellow flag there in sector 2, the beginning of sector 2 on the exit of the second chicane. Watch out everybody. Thank you to the guys commenting on the stream. Robbie Thompson says these lap times are extremely fast. Robbie, honestly, I'm glad that I'm commentating, because I think it would be a massive knock to the ego if I was out there on the track at the moment. I'm racing amongst these guys. These guys, some of the best that the PlayStation 4 platform has to offer. Don't be disheartened looking at these lap times, because these guys are the best out there, and really it's a joy to watch them put these cars through their paces here this evening. Thorsten Smith currently running 4th in the standings here for qualifying this evening. He's our German driver, is new for this season to RubbingsRacing. He's 30 years old, from Berlin, loves GT3s. He's been sim racing for 5 years now, and he's a massive fan also of the GTEs, the touring cars, and the GT4s, not just the GT3s. He's a very, very versatile racer, as we see him put it into the pits here. What's Dalavan up to at the moment? Dalavan has done pretty good job in the GT3s so far this season. I think he's running up near the top of the championship. I think it's 3rd or 4th currently at the moment. He's finished, I think he was racing, was it Formula Renaults earlier on? He's was 5th in the pre-season time trial for the GT3, so we know he's got the pace and the talent in these. And let's see if he can deliver tonight. He's currently 6th in the standings at the moment. Uni Clark, our man from Swindon, runner-up in the RRTCC last season, our touring car championship. He's currently done a 46.7, which we know is a handy time. Bruce Law, P7 at the minute. We've got Demobi also in the pits as well. Last week was so unlucky in the feature race, ended up 2nd after a last lap malfunction of the wheel, but I'm sure he'll be wanting to bounce back. He's currently 1.9 seconds off the pace. Ugbar, our flying Dutchman, comes over the line. He's P9 at the moment. We know Ugbar's capable of doing low 146s around this track. Can he deliver when the pressure's on? Well, I'm pretty sure that our man from Hugaveen is more than capable of putting it on the front couple of rows when it matters. But let's see if he can get it together. It's PT. What's he up to? He's coming up to Ascari now. It's PT, stand-in for tonight. He was a last-minute replacement for Johnny, who had to pull out of this week. Johnny's still one of our regular drivers for the GT3s, and we hope to see him back next week. But it's PT filling in, and we saw a fantastic drive last night in the LMP2 Championship from its PT. Really did deliver. Managed a double podium finish, and I was actually overtaken by him into the second chicane. He's mega quick, he's got bags of talent, and he's going to come round out of Parabolica now. We're going to stay with him here as it's PT exits the final corner. What's it going to be? Driving the Ferrari. Here he comes over the start-finish straight now, and didn't get to see the split times, but it's PT, comes over the line, and it's not an improvement this time around. He's got a couple of guys, I think that's Ugbar on the inside there, coming out of the pit lane, is it? Yeah, it is. So Ugbar abandoned his previous lap, and Ugbar's not going to get around in time to do a lap, so Ugbar is going to stay put exactly where he is here. What are these guys at the front of the pack going to do? Looks like Archil cutting over the second chicane there, trying to get around in time to do one more lap. It's going to be very close to see if he can actually get around in order to complete this qualifying session. He's slowed right up here coming through Lesmo 1. It looks like he's abandoned his attempt. Is Archil going to get round in time to start another lap? My goodness, this is going to be very, very close. He's coming out of Lesmo 2 at the moment. We'll have to keep an eye on Archil and see what he's doing here. But Jasko currently on provisional pole position, and our Bosnian driver comes out of the last turn now. Let's see if he can improve on his current lap time. Provisional pole position, reigning champion of RubbingsRacing's GT3 division. Here he comes. What's it going to be for Jasko? It's not an improvement, but he's going to get one more go here to try and cement his position. Edwin coming over the line, our Colombian driver, season 2019, season 1 champion over the line, and he can't improve either. So at the moment, it's as you were. Jasko, Archil, Edwin, Thorsten Schmidt is your top 4, ladies and gentlemen, here for RubbingsRacing's GT3 Championship, round 2 here at Monza. This is for our sprint race. Remember that the feature race later on will be a reverse grid, double the laps of whatever we complete in the sprint race. This is going to be a hell of a show here to see what these guys can do in our qualifying session. The qualifying session is now over, so these guys can finish the lap that they're on, but after that there will be no more time set. So this is all for all the marbles. This is it. Jasko, Archil and Edwin. Who is going to get pole position here? Let's see who's furthest up the track. Archil's abandoned his attempt, so Archil is out of qualifying. It's now just between Jasko and Edwin to see who can get pole position here for round 2. Jasko coming out of Lesmo 2 now. He's further up on the track than Edwin is, so we're going to right aboard our Bosnian driver here and see what he can do as he goes under the old circuit up towards the Ascari chicane. Is he going to nail it? You have to be very, very careful. Avoid the curbs on the inside and not take too much in the mid part of that corner, because it can throw you offline massively. And Jasko with a little bit of a clip on the curb on the exit, and maybe a little bit on the exit as well on the outside of the corner. Here comes our Bosnian driver down the back straight up towards the Parabolica, and this is where you can win or lose the whole lap. This is all down to this final moment. Can you nail it? He's right on the outside of the white lines there on the entry, throws the car into the corner using pretty much the inside of the track there. Didn't really make much of the exit at all. He's going for the distance on the exit, and it looks like Jasko's abandoned that attempt. So it's now down to whether Edwin can take pole position from Jasko in the dying moments of the session, but it looks like he's abandoned his lap time as well. So Edwin into the pits. The Moby is over. His session is done. Where's Duftinho at? Duftinho seems to have given up. So looks like it's going to be Jasko starting on pole position here this evening for RubbingsRacing's GT3 Championship round 2 sprint race here at Monza. Archil in his RubbingsRacing GT3 debut is going to start alongside him on the front row. We've got Edwin and Thorsten Schmidt lining up on row 2. Demobi will be desperate to improve after last week's feature race where he had that disastrous final lap. Uni Clark starts alongside him. We've got Dalavan, Bruce Law, Ugbar and its PT complete the top 10. Good job there from its PT, despite the fact that he was a last minute replacement, showing bags of pace there. It's an unbelievable pace that these guys are setting in this lobby. Massive shout out to all these guys for the making these times. And we can see Duftinho, Lionsfoot, Travis, NRP, Traven at the back of the field. We're going to get going for our sprint race here, guys. We're going to have a 2-minute loading screen for these guys just to get their setups all sorted out, and then we will be underway for our sprint race here. So Jasko, our Bosnian driver, reigning champion of the GT3 Championship here at RubbingsRacing, is starting on pole position. It must be his 7th or 8th pole position in a row in the GT3 Championship. He's really had dominance in qualifying. No one else seems to be able to match him over one lap at the moment. Archil, you saw, got within a tenth of a second, but couldn't quite put it ahead of him. These two are surely going to go at it here for this sprint race. Edwin behind them on row 2 is going to be giving them a hell of a show as well. And Thorsten Smith, Demoby, Uniclark, you can't count any of these guys out. It's going to be a battle of the slipstream here at the Temple of Speed here at Monza. We're glad to have 15 guys on stream watching live currently at the moment. Let's see what these guys are saying. Robbie Thompson saying these laps are fast. Kerry Campbell is watching, best of luck, and mainly to Nicky, his friend NRP. Currently starting 14th. Bit of a poor one for Nicky in qualifying, but I'm sure he'll be improving in the race. Paul Trotman says good luck to everyone. Ken Smith, Kembo76 says let's go boys. Richie95 says where's the rain? Well, Richie, there's no rain forecast for this race as it stands. Jeff Sharp says squeeze diver for the win. Oh. Matty Cake says these cars make my skin crawl, but should be a fun race to watch. Nice and close for a slipstream race. Matty Cake obviously was with us last week for round 1 at the Red Bull Ring. Decided that after setting such a great lap in time trial at Donington that it wasn't going to be for him. We saw obviously he had the pace in the time trials, pre-season time trials, but in the actual round 1 it didn't really go to plan for him. But it's great to see Matty watching live on the stream. Robbie Thompson says this will be a good race. We're about to go racing here for our sprint race for round 2 of RubbingsRacing's GT3 Championship here at Monza. When the 5 lights go out, we will be underway. And lights are out, we're underway. Good start from pole position there from Jasko VR. Archil a little bit bogged down off the line. He's going to have Edwin and Thorsten Schmidt here going in straight away. Thorsten Schmidt on the inside of Archil. These guys are going to go side by side coming into turn 1. Let's hope these guys can all keep it clean as we come into turn 1. Jasko with a clear lead. Edwin looks up the inside, not quite close enough. It looks like Archil's just about going to hold on the inside ahead of Thorsten Schmidt. He gives Edwin just a little bit of a nudge there, but it looks like we're all clean here as they come out of the first chicane and up through Curva Grande. These guys are going to go absolutely flat out. Acceleration is going to be at a premium here, and these guys are going to try and keep it clean here as they come side by side. The whole pack's going to be very, very bunched up, but it looks like we've got side by side here. Uniclark having a look up the inside of Thorsten Smith. Can he make the move? Our man from Swindon has dived up the inside of the second chicane side by side. Looks like Uniclark's made the move. Uniclark up into P4. Thorsten Smith down to P5. Dalavan is in P6. Ugbar's up into P8. Our Flying Dutchman making moves. He's going to have a look up the inside here of Demoby, but he's not close enough. He has to back out of that one. A little bit wide there through Lesmo 1, but it looks like it's pretty clean so far at the moment. What's going on at the back of the field? NRP's dropped back to last place. In the meantime, we've got Traven and Travis going side by side there, and it looks like we've got Traven in front of him, and we've got a spinner. We've got a spinner. Who's that? Is that Duftino? It's Duftino. And this season just goes from bad to worse for Duftino. Our Czech driver from Olomouc has dropped back to the last place here on the opening lap here at Monza. And what's going on between these guys? Looks like Travis is having a look there at Traven in the foreground, but we got to miss that because we were riding with Duftino. Here we come out the exit of Ascari. We have got a 4-car train here battling for 10th place. It looks like we've got Lionsfoot, Bruce Thor, Travis and Traven all going side by side. In fact, it's a 5-car train. Nicky's right there with these guys as well. Duftino's dropped off for these guys, and it looks like we're going to go side by side here. Travis has a look, and Travis has spun through the parabolica. Travis loses the car. He was trying to make a move up the inside there of Traven, sorry, but he loses out, and Travis is down to the last place. So these guys really are taking it in turns to occupy that final spot at the moment. Looks like Traven survives that little bit of that little nightmare, and back with our race leader. What's Jasko doing? The end of the first lap, he's got a 1.6 second lead at the front over Edwin. Edwin coming under increasing pressure now from Archil here for second place. Archil obviously lost the position off the line straight away to Edwin, but he's absolutely hassling the back here of the Colombian. And is Archil going to look up for a move here up the inside into the second chicane? Thinks better of that one. He's not close enough. These guys, battle of the Mercedes, meant to be teammates essentially, but I'm pretty sure that there's going to be no team orders in this particular instance. What's going on in the background? We've got a hell of a battle here. Now coming to pressure now from Thorsten Smith and Dalavan. Thorsten Smith going backwards in this sprint race. He's fallen back from 4th down to 7th place here in the space of a lap and a half. This race has gone an absolute disaster for our German driver, but he's going to have a look back up the inside of Dalavan here as they come down this long straight up towards the old circuit and up towards Ascari chicane. In the foreground there we can see there's a battle here going on between Uniclark and Demoby. Uniclark there defending from our Bavarian there, who was so unlucky in the feature race last week, finished second when he should have really won that race. And in the foreground there we can also see that Edwin still keeping Archer behind him, but these guys very, very close on track, and it looks like Unicar's to the outside here of Demobi. Demobi's defensive very, very early, and it looks like he's going to hold the position on the inside through Parabolica, but can Unicar get the exit and go for the move here? He's going to look to try and sucker him out of this corner, and he's going to get a lovely exit. These guys are going to go side by side here onto the pit straight to complete lap 2. So Yasko leads the field at the front, but we're going to stick with these guys, Demobi and Uni-Clark. Uni-Clark in the slipstream. He's definitely going to have a pace advantage here. He's going to look to the inside, or is Demobi going to defend it? No, Demobi's going to leave the door wide open for our man from Finland to have a look, but he's not going to take that bait at the moment there. It's very, very early in this race, and these guys know this is a marathon, not a sprint. This is the sprint race. Particular events know that the less time to actually get the moves done and get the positions in this race than there would be in the feature race, but still you've got to bide your time. At the end of the day, this is a 20-minute race. We're only 4 minutes in, and at the moment Uni-Clark not tempted to go for any particularly rash moves. In the background, Thorsten Smith's got back past Dalavan for 6th place, and after that terrible start to this race, to that, but Dalavan's bad down to P7, driving a fantastic race in this one. He's doing a job here in 8th place currently, just about he's hassling the back of Dalavan already now. So it's PT standing for this race, replacing Johnny, who unfortunately couldn't make it for this one. All over the back here of Dalavan as they come up this straight towards Ascari. Slipstream, is he going to have a look here, or is he not going to be tempted into it? No, he's not going to be tempted. Good sensible driving there from PT. In the background, our Flying Dutchman is maybe gaining on these guys, I'm not sure, although the last lap time didn't really seem to suggest that he was closing on them much at all. Lionsfoot, what's Lionsfoot doing at the moment? He is all on his own in the middle of absolutely nowhere at the minute. And what's going on here? It looks like it's PT's looking to the inside here. Is he going to go for a move up the inside of Dalavan? No, he thinks better of it, but these guys very, very close here as they come through Parabolica. He maybe had to get out of it there a little bit. He maybe had put too much into that, and it's PT's dropped back a little bit off the back of Dalavan. Thorsten Smith in the foreground there, just ahead of these guys, and they're all sort of chasing each other, and they could possibly end up in a position where they're slowing each other down by having to worry about each other too much, and that will allow Ugbar and Lionsfoot to close in on them. But in the meantime, Race Demobi, the host of the time trial challenge, the hot lap challenge, sorry, excuse me, on our Discord, and currently if you want to get involved in the hot lap challenge, then do your lap around Knockhill in the Nissan GTR Nismo, the R35, not the GT3 version, and get involved in that competition. It's well worth the pride. Thank you, JR. Archil says, doing well, good commentating. Well, thank you very much. But yeah, JR saying Archil's doing a great job up front. He's only less than 2 seconds off of Yasko at the moment, doing a fantastic job. It's not easy to keep Yasko within sight, let alone be within 2 seconds of him. But Archil's just about holding on ahead of Edwin. Edwin, a bit of a track master around Monza, and we've seen some of his YouTube videos, his time trials. He's done 44 mid 44s, mid 1 minute 44s around this track. He's an absolute genius around these heavy braking zones and long straights and chicanes of Monza. And we're seeing that here. He's hassling the back of Archil. Archil doing a great job holding on. Yasko there lost a little bit of time on the last lap. Let's see how he's doing on this particular time around. Here they go, the pit straight into the first braking zone. Edwin's going to have to go around the long way if he wants to get this done. Here we go, hard on the brakes, and it looks as though Edwin's not close enough to get past him at this stage. I'm just getting a notice pop up on my screen. I hope that that's not disrupting the stream there. I hope it's all running smoothly. But Robbie Thompson saying, well, thank you, Robbie, very kind of you. Anyway, so we're just watching these guys at the moment come around Curva Grande. Looks like we got Archil just about holding on, but these guys maybe closing in on Yasko. Last time around, Archil was a fraction of a second quicker than Yasko, but really not much in this between these three leaders. We're currently 8 minutes into our sprint race, 12 minutes to go. There's no mandatory stop. This is a straight sprint to the line. Please, people, stop sending me invites. And looks like Edwin's dropped off the back of Archil for a little mistake there coming out of the second chicane. But what's going on in the background here? Let's see what Demobi's doing. Demobi's still unable to shake off the challenge of Uni-Clark. Uni-Clark still right there, still posing a threat to him, letting him know that he wants the position. It's PT. Fantastic driving. He's up to P6. We missed that. He's got past Dalavan. And it's PT on an absolute mission here in that Ferrari, flying in his first appearance in the RubbingsRacing's GT3 Championship. We saw in the LMP2s on Saturday. What a performance in them. And he's really showing again. He's taken this league in his stride and doing a brilliant job. He's going to be trying to chase down Demoby and Uni Clark for 4th place. I think the podium's beyond him at the moment, but you never know. And he can see 4th place in his sights there, just coming into the Parabolica now. So he'll know that if these guys trip over each other or fight each other too hard, then he'll be right there to capitalise and get involved in that action. Which is excellent. Gary Campbell says that my mic is cutting on and off. Is it alright now, Gary? Is it okay now? Let me know how it's going. Keep me updated on this, because if there's a problem, then I do need to sort it out. But obviously we've got It's PT coming over the line now, and he's definitely not shaken off the challenge of Dalavan.
Cutting out for me, mate.
Alright, so it's not cutting out to the lobby, so it's just okay. It's alright now. Alright, that's good. I'm glad to hear. So It's PT. Still not able to shake off the challenge of Dalavan at all, but these guys, both of these guys, are closing in on Demoby and Uni Clark as they battle it out. And looks like Uni Clark's closing up onto the back of Demoby now. He's going to have to go defensive here, Demoby, because he's got Uni Clark all over the back of him as they come into the second chicane braking zone. It looks like Demoby's got it for the time being here on the exit of the second chicane, but Uni Clark's going to get a much better run out of that corner, and he's absolutely hassling the back of him. Our man from Swindon, last season's runner-up in RubbingsRacing's Touring Car Championship, showing his credentials once again in the GT3 league and in the Mercedes. And Demoby driving the car he refers to as Godzilla, the black Nissan GTI, is doing an excellent job. We know both of these cars absolutely rapid around the around this track. It's a very, very low downforce, high straight line speed sort of track is Monza, and we're seeing these guys in these cars. These tend to dominate around here. And oh no, Uni Clark's lost the car. We've got a yellow flag here on the exit of Ascari. Uni Clark has lost the car. It looks like it's PT and Dalavan are going to pick up the pieces there, and in the background we can see Ugbar is going to be chasing him down. So Ugbar is going to have a 7th place in his sights. Our Flying Dutchman will be eyeing up a top half finish here in our sprint race here tonight. Gary Campbell says it's alright now, thank goodness for that. But we're just over halfway through our sprint race here for round 2 of RubbingsRacing's GT3 Championship. I'd just like to say a quick plug to anybody watching. If you want to get involved in RubbingsRacing, go to www.rubbingsracing.co.uk and get your evaluation done. Sign up to our championships. Become a part of the action that you see in front of you right before your very eyes at this moment in time. Ugbar here is having to defend very, very much here from the lines for Scotty, our Welshman from Swansea. Is all over the back of him as they come into the first chicane. Looks like Ugbar at the moment pretty tidy. Last lap time Ugbar 1:49. We know he's capable of more than that. Maybe letting mistakes or tyre wear get in the way of some outright pace here is our Dutchman. But let's hope that Ugbar can get that sorted out and chase down these guys in front of him. We know something of a track specialist around this place, and it's great to see Ugbar out there and doing a good job here, holding off Scotty. But Scotty, we know, one of our marshals, one of the RubbingsRacing staff team, is really, really good in that Lambo. He's got it sorted out this week. Last week at the Red Bull Ring was a little bit of an off week, but he's definitely got that sorted out. Running in the mid pack here in our sprint race this time around. And let's have a look through the pack and see what's going on. It looks like Traven and Duftino are very, very close on the road at the moment as they come out of Desmo 1, and a little bit of wobble there from Traven, and Duftino is going to slot beautifully into the slipstream. Duftino, we saw, had an absolute mare on the opening lap in this race, dropped down to last place. But he's going to look to the outside here. Traven with a little bit of a wheel onto the gravel there on the exit of Lesmo 2 as we come down the straight up towards the old circuit and towards Ascari chicane. Who's going to have the bigger balls on the brakes? It looks like Duftino brakes later on the outside, but is Traven going to hold the inside? Looks like he is. He's going to run him out of road, but Duftino's going to have the inside. Duftino, what a move there for Ascari. That is bravery off the scale from Duftino, pulling off the move. Fantastic job from our Czech driver, and he's up into 13th place. Archel is having to defend like crazy. Oh, Archel spun round. We've got a yellow flag. We've got a yellow flag through the first chicane. Looks like we're not going to need it because he's got it going again before anyone actually came upon the incident. But it looks like Archel there, feeling the pressure. Our Colombian driver has managed to find his way through. Edwin is up into P2 and he can now chase down Jasko for the lead of the race, but he has got 3.5 seconds to make up on our Bosnian champion. Could it be too late for Edwin to make an impression here in the closing stages of this sprint race here for RubbingsRacing's GT3 Championship? Thank you everyone for joining us on the stream. Thank you for your comments and thank you for the likes. It's great to have you all with us this evening, and it's great to see that you can all enjoy this race with us and just take in this spectacle that we're doing in front of us. Looks like Edwin finally getting the move there on Archel. They had a hell of a battle there but it looks like he's made it. And Archil, unfortunately, with the spin, went over the sleeping policeman just a little bit too hard, and he's dropped a couple of seconds, but you never know. Archil could get it going again and close in on our Colombian, and the gap between Jasko and Edwin, 3.6 at the minute. So Jasko, barring any kind of major incident, should have this one done in our sprint race. We're going to the final 6 minutes. We're over 2/3 of the way through this sprint race. Jeff Sharp says, that's exactly why I hate these cars. Those lazy, slow speed spins that seem to come from nowhere. Yep, that does happen. That's why you've got to run it without traction control. The thing with these GT3 cars, if you run them without traction control, it gives you control of the vehicle. When you run it with low traction control, or even high traction control, it can sometimes take the car out of your own hands, and you feel like you have absolutely no control in the slower corners. Going on, it looks like ESPT's having to defend here. Dalavan and Uni Clark going side by side here down the pit straight into turn one, and ESPT holding the inside. Fantastic job. Uni Clark going backwards now. He's absolutely from the place in this sprint race. Disaster for him. It looks like we've got ESPT up into fifth place. Sorry, brilliant driving from ESPT. Has cut his way through the pack. Started 10th in this race. Fantastic job. Matty Cake says they're designed for traction control and ABS. Matty, I'm just speaking from experience. At the end of the day, it's up to the driver what they want to do and how they want to run their settings. Ugbar there goes very, very wide on the exit, and he's going to lose a place there to Lions Foot. Lions Foot's up into P8, and it looks like Ugbar's going to find himself under pressure here from Thorsten Smith for 9th place here. This is the final two top 10 spots for our sprint race. Can Ugbar hold on? That's a disaster there for our Flying Dutchman, and he gets very, very loose there out of Lesmo 2. That's going to allow Thorsten Schmidt to get the run on him and get the drag here down the straight. They're going to go side by side. It looks like Ugbar's just about got enough air in the murk, but the Porsche of Thorsten Schmidt is all over the back of him as they come up towards Ascari. Looks like Ugbar's got the line, got the position for now, but Thorsten Schmidt absolutely hassling the back of him. What's going on up towards the front of the pack? It looks like Archil's closing back onto Edwin again. So this battle supreme continues once again. We are on lap 10 here of our sprint race here for RubbingsRacing's GT3 Championship. Matty Cake says, in real life these cars are designed for traction control and ABS. Project Cars 2 and the hard tyre model seems a little bit detrimental to what you would expect the GT3s to handle like. But yeah, that is a problem. But all in all, I think Project Cars 2 is a hell of a game. It does have its flaws, just like any game that you see. Any sim racing game has got its drawbacks, but it's fantastic that we've got this game here. It's beautiful scenery, beautiful physics, and just a joy to watch these guys going around here on this Sunday evening. Jasko VR leading the way, 4.4 seconds. The gap now to Edwin growing all the time. Jasko's been the class of the field in this one. Got pole position in qualifying with a 1 minute 45.1. Gary Campbell says best Sunday team spin into the first chicane when he was making the move. And Disco Face says, I can't say I've ever struggled with spins around Monza. Well, Disco, you're one of the few then, because a lot of people, when you're lighting up the tyres on the exits of the chicane, the problem with Monza is that it's all about traction. So when you're coming out of the corners, you've just got to get the hammer down as soon as you can. And the problem with Dalavan, and it looks like it's well, that's a bit of a concertina effect, but Dalavan and what looks like we're still, these guys still chasing down XPT. XPT obviously with a fantastic drive in this sprint race, went from 10th to 5th place. And all he's got to do is hold these guys off, but he's done a brilliant job to get in front of them in the first place. Demobi all by himself in 4th place. We saw him and Uni Clark going at it in the early stages of this one, but it looks like he's dropped off a bit. What's going on with Lionsfoot and Ugbar? It looks like Lionsfoot's pulled the gap out to him, and Thorsten Smith still hassling the back of our Flying Dutchman. This one's not going to bed at the moment. It looks like it's PT just about holding on here from Uni Clark, but Uni Clark's having a look here. I'm at the second chicane, and it looks as though Dalavan's going to try around the outside of Uni Clark, and he's going to make the move stick. Fantastic from Dalavan, got the exit out of the second chicane. Brilliant job there. Dalavan up into P6, Uni Clark down to P7, and it's PT with a little bit of a breather now with these guys going at it. But it looks like Dalavan's got very, very wide there onto the gravel, and that's going to allow Uni Clark to have a go for a move here up this long straight. He's going to have the run, but it looks like Dalavan's got it on the inside. Should have the position for now. Disco said, Andy, king of spins in season 1. Yeah, I was, definitely. But this season, I'm in the commentary box, and we've got a problem on the stream by the looks of it. We've got a problem on the stream. Yep. My voice is visible, but the picture's gone by the sounds of it. Hold on, let me try and get this sorted out. Apologies to viewers on the stream. The picture has, just for a moment, actually disappeared, so we're just going to try and figure out what exactly has occurred here. Apologies to everyone watching on stream, but at the moment Yasko is actually leading the way. He's leading by 5 seconds. This is technically going to be a radio commentary for the final lap here. I do apologise everybody, but Yasko VR is coming into the first chicane now. He's got a 4.7 second lead over Edwin. It looks like Edwin's got second place in the bag here. Archil has dropped off a little bit. Edwin's pulled 2 seconds on him, so Edwin here pulling away a bit. It looks like Archil here hitting a bit of debris there on the exit of the second chicane. It looks like he's alright for now though. Demobi coming into the second chicane now. He's 15 seconds off the leaders. It's PT has pulled out a little bit to Uniclark now. So it's PT currently running in P5. He's pulled out a couple of seconds here on these guys behind him. Dalavan is right up the back of Uniclark here. Could Dalavan potentially steal 6th place away from him on the final lap? In the background here we got Lion's Foot coming under pressure now from Thorsten Smith into Lesmo 1. And it looks like he's just about holding on here. Lion's Foot with his mirrors absolutely full. Ugbar falling back off of these guys in P10 at the moment. It's all about this last lap here. Where is Yasko, our race leader? He is coming into the Parabolica. He's driven an absolutely perfect sprint race. Really has been class of this field here. He's going to exit the corner now. Yasko, 4 seconds is his lead currently. Edwin's pulled it back a little bit in the last stage of this race. But our Bosnian driver, our reigning champion of the GT3 division, is going to take the sprint race here this evening at Monza, comes over the line to take the win. Edwin's going to come over in P2. Archil completes the podium after a disappointing spin there into the first chicane. We've got Demobi coming over in 4th. Apologies to everybody watching the stream. The picture we lost the picture at the end of that stream. We're going to try it. Thank you everybody for rejoining us. Very sorry about that, but we're back and ready for the start of our feature race here for round 2 of RubbingsRacing's GT3 Championship. Bit of a turbulent end to that sprint race. Yasko took the victory. Edwin ended up in second. Archil chasing him down there in the last stage of that race, unable to get second place off of him. And we had a great battle for 5th place, in which it's PT managed to hold on ahead of Uniclark and Dalavan. Very, very close for that battle, and we're expecting more of the same in our feature. It's a reverse grid based on the results of our sprint race, so all of the faster guys will be starting at the back. The odd numbers will be starting on the right and evens on the left. Third, these guys are going to form up double file down this back straight, and we're going to go 50 miles an hour up until the final corner when Duftinho can dictate the pace and go at any point which he chooses. And at that point the track will be green and the race will be live. So we're moments away from the start here of the feature race for round 2 of our GT3 Championship, as we just come out of the Parabolica now, and these guys are going to go double file side by side, so odds on the right, evens on the left. Please make sure you're in sync, make sure you're in the right positions guys. And Duftinho, whenever you want, the track is green, whenever you want. So these guys bunching up. Duftinho just bunching everyone up, so they're very, very close together. And it looks like he's gone. Duftinho has, yes, we're underway here for our feature race for round 2 of the RubbingsRacing GT3 Championship here at the Temple of Speed, Monza. And it looks like he's got away fantastically well. He's put some space there between himself and Traven. On the outside, it looks as though Nicky's made some progress. He's going to try and move around the outside here of Bruce Law up into the first corner. We've got a collision at the back there. Yasko and Demobi in the wall already. That's a disastrous start for those two. Maybe they had to take evasive action of somebody in front of them, but Duftinho leads the field. Traven in second place. Nicky and Bruce Law right behind these guys. Ugbar, good start from our Flying Dutchman, up into 5th place, and he's hassling the back here of Bruce Law as they come around Curva Grande. Is he going to look to the inside? Ugbar has a little look, and it looks like we've got Traven going up the inside here of Duftinho. He's going to make a move. No, he's not. Duftinho slams the door on him. Traven has to back out of it. Nicky is coming through just behind these guys. Bruce Law holds on from Ugbar, and we've got a massive slam in the background. We've got a big, big crash. What's going on? Dalavan, Lionsfoot, Dalavan, Lionsfoot, and Thorsten Schmidt all in the wars, and it looks like Archil spun out. Archil having to turn it around at the last second there. Yasko, our reigning champion, sprint race winner, already in the wars. My goodness, it's all going off here on the first lap in the second chicane, and so we got Duftinho leading the way. We're half a second here to Traven. What a start here. It's already drama going on on the very first lap here at Monza for our feature race, as Duftinho comes into Ascari. He's got 7/10 of a second gap here to Traven, and Traven here not letting Duftinho get away with this one. Then we've got NRP, Bruce Law, Ugbar in the background there. These guys are in a train here as they come down this long back straight, and Travis here is looking very, very close to these guys. Jeff Sharp says Monza's gonna Monza. It always is the way. Monza is just catastrophic for this kind of incident. You always know that in these heavy braking zones, when the track is so open and the field is so tightly bunched up, that it's going to cause incidents. And these guys, some of the cleanest, fastest racers around, but you know that no one is immune to a mistake. And we saw that on the opening lap here for our feature race. We've got Ugbar here.
That was my fault, I do apologise.
Having a look on Bruce Law, but Bruce Law, is he going to go for a move here on Nicky? Nicky's going to leave the door wide open, and Bruce up the inside there. Can he hold the position? It looks like Bruce does hold the position there on the exit of the corner. Bruce Law up into the final podium spot here on lap 3 of our feature race. Can Nicky fight back here coming through Curva Grande? He's going to slot into the slipstream. Travis is up the inside. Travis moves up into P5. Ugbar dropping backwards at the moment. Our Flying Dutchman is losing positions, and Nicky here pulls to the outside. He's going to have to go around the long way if he wants to get past Bruce Law, and Travis is going to go for a move. Is he going to put it up the inside there? They're going to go side by side here through the second chicane, and Travis round the outside onto the gravel, and Nicky's going to hold on to position just about. Travis loses position. Ugbar's back into P5. Unbelievable. Travis all over the place there through the second chicane. He's down to P6, and it looks like he's dropped off these guys for the time being. Very wide into Lesmo 1, almost off onto the gravel there, just about held it together. In the meantime, what's happening with our race leader Duftinho? Has done a brilliant job so far in this race, has pulled the gap a little bit here to Traven. Traven not letting him run away with this one though. Fantastic to see our Czech driver delivering hit in the lead of our feature race. Had a disastrous race here this evening, but it looks like he's getting it sorted out for this one. What's going on with Ugbar? He's got his mirrors absolutely full here of Travis as they come out of Ascari. They're going to go bumper to bumper as they come down this back straight. At the moment it looks like he's got enough of a gap here as they come down here. And in the background, what's going on with Dalavan Damobi? It looks like we've got Dalavan having a look at Damobi there. Oh no, that was actually Uniclark having a look there at Travis. And Dalavan there looks like he's got enough of a gap to Damobi as they come through Parabolica. What's going on with Archil? Archil has pulled his way up to P12 after that absolute disastrous start on the opening lap. And Jasko, likewise with a terrible start to this race, has pulled himself onto the back here of Damobi. So Jasko making progress, our reigning champion, pole sitter and winner of the sprint race. Looks like he's got a hell of a task on his hands if he wants to repeat that achievement in this feature race here, but I wouldn't put it past Jasko. He's very, very talented, got bags of pace, so much potential in that car. Feature race for RubbingsRacing's GT3 Championship. Apologies for what you just experienced on the stream. Again, I'm not exactly sure what's going on tonight, but the stream has just been really laggy, and we've had issues all around non-stop here for this particular stream, but we seem to be back underway. Hopefully we've got this sorted out, this problem that we've got. So currently leading the race we've got Duftinho on lap 6. He's got a little bit of a gap here to Traven. We're just going to wait for the timing screens to pop up. At the moment we haven't got any information, but Duftinho, a truck driver from Olomouc, doing a fantastic job here in the lead of the race currently, has really got off the blocks well. We saw in the sprint race, had an absolute disaster, dropped off massively in the sprint race, ended up finishing last by quite some margin, but in this one he's got a healthy lead here as he comes up through the middle sector here. So Duftinho doing an excellent job. Great to see him up there, and absolutely hats off for him getting that sorted out for this race. Thank you to all the guys for rejoining us on the stream. Apologies for what was just experienced in the last one. I managed to somehow disconnect from the race. I'm not exactly sure how this occurred, but we are all back on air now, and hopefully this is not going to change for the remainder of this race. And it seems like we're getting some fog here falling over Monza here, so this is going to throw an extra element into this and make it a little bit more difficult for our drivers to navigate this very, very fast, very technical circuit here. But Duftinho at the moment, 8 seconds is his gap here to NRP. NRP doing an excellent job in P2 at the moment. He seems to have got past Traven here for the second position. And at the moment we've got Edwin here, who's picked his way through the pack very, very nicely at the moment. He was second in our sprint race here, and the fog is driver hard on the brakes into the turn one. He's currently got 10 seconds to Duftinho, so Edwin here has got a fantastic chance of getting a podium in this race. He's already within a second now of Traven and closing that gap all the time as they're coming through Curva Grande. Let's see where his rivals are at the moment. Yeah, Edwin's rivals, Jasko and Archel, down in P10 and P13, so that's not going to be suiting well at all for our Bosnian and Archel, obviously. Thank you guys for your comments on the stream. I'm really sorry about the issues that we've had tonight. I'm not sure what's caused this to happen. It's been an absolute disaster. The actual on-track action and the stream itself has gone really well. The sprint race was going really nicely, and then all of a sudden all hell broke loose. And Ken Smith says, yay. Matty Cake says, delete your family, own your Wi-Fi. JR Sim Racing says, what's happened to Archel? Archel had a disastrous start to this race. Obviously he started, as we see Edwin here goes for a move up the inside of Travis, and Travis is going to hold it on the outside here of Ascari. Holds onto position just about, and can Edwin fight back here? No, it looks like Travis has got back past him again. Brilliant stuff from Travis. We're seeing here, it looks like so yeah, JR asked what happened to Archel. Well, Archel had a dreadful start to this race on the first lap, and he obviously started at the back due to the reverse grid that we have here at RubbingsRacing, and really hasn't made much progress since then. Archel currently running in P13, still yet to make a pit stop as well, so he hasn't even got the benefit of saying that he's made the pit stop yet, the mandatory stop. We missed a couple of laps of this race due to a disconnection, so at the moment we're not quite sure who's made the pit stops and who hasn't, but I would imagine, looking at the timing screens, that its PT might have, but I'm not certain. Again, any help from anybody in the room would be massively appreciated, seeing as we did miss a portion of this race due to a disconnection. So if anybody knows, if anybody's been into the pits, please just help a brother out, please. Alright, so it looks like Edwin's closing up onto the back of Traven here for P3. He's made some progress here coming through Curva Grande. He's going to have to go around the outside. Traven defends the position here coming into the second chicane. Edwin almost turns in on him. They're going to go side by side here. It looks like Traven's going to hold onto position, but Edwin's going to have the inside for the Nesmos. Looks like Traven here with a better speed, better acceleration coming out of the corner, holds onto the position. Edwin unable to get by him. They went side by side for a moment there. It looks like Traven just about holding onto the position. In the meantime, Nicky in second place is closing the gap to our race leader Duftinho. Last time around, Nicky was 1.5 seconds faster than the race leader. That is a phenomenal lap time there from Nicky, and he's absolutely flying at this stage in the race. As we see again, there's Traven going to look to the inside of Edwin. He's going to make a move up the inside here, and it looks like, oh, we're going to go side by side, a little bit of contact. It's just about Edwin holding on to position, but Traven's going to have the inside on the exit of Ascari. Traven having to take a tight line, running over the curb on the exit, and Edwin holds on to the position. It looks like we've got Travis here trying to run the outside of Traven here as they come down this long back straight up towards the Parabolica. They're going to go side by side, and it looks like we've got Demobi getting involved here. Demobi straight down the middle, and can Demobi get the move done? Demobi does make the move. Demobi up into fourth place, up a Bavarian driver. Brilliant job from Demobi. Takes two cars in one straight there, and but he's going to be open to attack here down this long pit straight. This guy's going to get some up to speed to 175 miles an hour. Ken Smith says maybe that's the smoke from Australia. Oh dear. So Travis is going to look to the inside of Travis. Oh, and there's contact. There's contact between Traven and Travis. The two Travs have gone very wide at the first corner, and they're going to have to take to the runoff area. Travis over the grass, Traven on the runoff, and it looks like Travis has held on in that little melee. But these guys, bit of contact, bit of argy-bargy. It looks like Travis holds on to the position for now, holds on to fifth position, but Traven absolutely gave it everything to hold on to that position. We know Traven aggressive but very fair. We saw in the last race last week here in the feature race at Red Bull Ring, Traven gave Jasko a hell of a battle and managed to hold him up for a good few laps before Jasko was able to get by. Traven, a born racer, and always gives it 110% in wheel-to-wheel combat. But it looks like he's had to concede this one to Travis for the time being. And next up for Travis will be Demobi, but Demobi with that fantastic move on the pair of them. And Demobi, I'm sure, will be looking to gain some positions here. Currently P4 Demobi, finished P2 in the feature race last week at the Red Bull Ring. Led most of the race, had a horribly unlucky feature race in that one. Last lap his wheel managed to disconnect. So that was very unfortunate, and in the end Edwin took the race victory in that one. JR says 146 Archil on an absolute flyer at the moment. He's cutting his way back through the pack, and he's going about 3 seconds a lap faster than our race leader Duftinho, so he's closing that gap enormously. And Duftinho is being homed in now by Nicky, NRP, closing the gap at the moment. Our resident marshal here is actually a marshal at Silverstone, works at the venue, pardon me, at Silverstone Venue Services. He's great to have on board in our Discord, very, very friendly, very welcoming to all our new drivers, and it's good to have him. Currently running P2, closing that gap to Duftinho at the front, and it looks like Edwin closing on both of them, currently running P3, our Colombian driver at the moment. Thank you guys for rejoining us on the stream. I just want to apologise for the issues that we've had this evening, but it looks like we're all sorted out for the time being. Hopefully we can stay that way for the remainder of this race. But it looks like Duftinho is having his lead eaten into now by Nicky. He's absolutely flying. Nicky 2/10 off his personal best coming through sector 1, but he's keeping it together at the moment. Edwin in the background there, closing the gap all the time. In fact, Edwin closed in by a second in just that one sector alone there. JR says Yasko is very close now. Yasko is all over the back here of Traven here for P7. Traven's dropping back. Last week we saw a hell of a battle between Traven and Yasko in the middle part of the feature race, and I'm expecting more of the same here. Yasko right on the back of Traven and Dalavan. Dalavan's got past Traven at some point. We didn't see that on the stream, and the fog is cleared up here, so we've got some beautiful visibility here at Monza. The sun is starting to set here in Italy, and it looks like Yasko's going to make the move. He's got past Traven, and there's contact! There's contact between Yasko! Oh my goodness! There's contact between Yasko and Dalavan, and the two of them are in the wall on the exit of Ascari. We've got a yellow flag. Yasko resets the car on the entry to Ascari, and lots of guys are going to have to dive out of the way. There's contact between Archer and Yasko as well. Disaster for Yasko. What is happening? We're going to have a look back on the stream and see what happened there between Traven and Yasko. That just looked like masses of contact there. And oh my goodness, we're going to have to check this out again. I'm going to have another look at this and see what happened, guys. I'm just going to check the stream and see what occurred here. But they went side by side. Yasko on the outside, Traven part of the track. And you can see the cross over the racing line. So Yasko there, in his haste to work his way back through the pack, ends up causing a collision there with Traven, and Traven would be more than within his rights there to take that to the stewards, in my personal opinion. But Yasko still can recover in this race, currently running P10. He's been passed by his main rival there, Archil, and Archil and Yasko both in the wars in this one. Has had an absolute disaster in this one. These guys both closing onto the back here of Scotty, Lionsfoot, our Welshman from Swansea, Marshall on our Discord, closing right onto the back of him here, coming through the second chicane, and he's going to have a look up the inside here of Archil. Archil, sorry, is going to have a look up the inside of Lionsfoot. Lionsfoot leaves the door wide open. Archil is, oh, a little bit of a wobble there from Archil. Archil's lost the car. He's put it in the wall. That's a disaster. And Yasko picks up the pieces up the inside of both of these guys. Yasko is up into P8, and looks like Scotty goes very wide on the exit of Lesmo 2. That's going to allow to get past Scotty, but it took a lot of problems before they could. But at the moment it looks like they've got that sorted. We've experienced some breakup on the stream. I do apologise for any problems that you may have seen on the stream. There's a little bit of breakup I just saw on the restream of that, but looks like we're getting it all sorted anyway. So Yasko just ahead of Archil on the track, not much at all separating these guys at the moment. What's going on at the front? Duftinho seems to have responded to this to these guys closing in on him. He's currently got a lead of about 6 seconds here over Edwin. Edwin's got past NRP for second place, so it looks like NRP dropping back a bit, and Edwin, our Colombian driver's on a mission here, was the only one of the top 3 guys from the sprint race not to get caught up in an incident here on the first lap for our feature race, and he's definitely excelling here, and is now within 5 seconds of our Czech driver. So Edwin won the feature race last week at the Red Bull Ring due to a last lap overtake on Demobi, and is definitely making progress here in this one. He's done his fastest first sector of the race so far for him, as he slides that Merc into the Esmo 2. A little bit of curve on the exit, pretty tidy though. Edwin got bags of pace around this Monza track. We know he's got talent and the pace, and he's showing it here this evening. He's pulling that gap out to NRP. NRP not able to go with him at the moment. Edwin on the hard tyres at the moment, so really hats off to him for doing the job. Not easy track to drive the hard tyres. And Hard Apple Pie says, Hop Holland, way. So at the moment, Duftino, 4.7 seconds is the gap. We're going to have a look back through the pack and see what's going on with Jasko and Archel here. Jasko is going to have to defend from Archel. Archel's in the slipstream here as they come under the old circuit up towards the Ascari chicane. Is Archel going to look for a move? It looks like he's not close enough. They're going to go line of stern here as they come through the Ascari. But Archel with his rear wing missing there. Thank goodness the damage is only visual in this GT3 championship for Racing. Otherwise he would be having to come into the pits and they would be some lengthy repairs, I tell you. But at the moment it looks like these guys are here to battle, and although I imagine they would be pretty content to work with each other and try and help each other catch up, because they are 23 seconds off the pace at this stage in the race. No one, or neither of them, have made their pit stop at the moment. I believe Bruce Law may have been into the pits, and as I say that, both of them, or no, just Jasko by the looks of it. Jasko into the pits. Dalaman just in front of him has also brought his car in for the mandatory pit stop. This is now crunch time. Archel, can you get the hammer down and hold on here ahead of Jasko? And is Jasko down? He's going to get it absolutely nailed to the floor here. Onto the pit straight. Where is Jasko in all of this? Jasko, is he at the exit of the pits? He is at the exit of the pits, but it looks like Bruce is going to have the pace, and Bruce is going to get past him. So Bruce Law up into P12. Jasko currently down to P13. We've both made their mandatory stops in this one, so when they come back into play, they should come in at around where Archel is. They'll want to be up where Demobi and Travenard, but can they get the power down enough to get in amongst those guys for the potentially a top 5 spot here in this feature race? We know Duftino, Edwin, NRP have all got to come in, as have Travis, Demobi. So this is wide open at the moment, this race. We've got to stay tuned for this feature race. Second half of this race is going to be absolutely fascinating. We're on lap 13 of 27 here at Colombian driver, season 1 2019 champion. What a pit stop that was from his guys, and he's really going to be racing, I think, Ugbar. Let's see if he can come out ahead of Ugbar, but Ugbar obviously has not been into the pits at the moment, so that's still not really a battle that Edwin's going to be too concerned with. It looks like Edwin's already out of the pits, so Edwin into some clear air can get his foot down and maybe make some gains here on race leader Duftino. That is his battle. He's really racing Duftino here for the victory here this evening. Duftino, if he can get his foot down, may be able to stay in front of our Colombian and hold on to first place here. It's anybody's race here at Monza for the feature race. Nicky seems to be falling off. It's between Edwin and Duftino, I would say, at the moment, but anything can happen here in the Racing League. Thank you to everyone for rejoining us on the stream, and once again I just want to apologise for the issues that we've had and for the lower stream quality this evening, due to the fact that we've had some technical difficulties earlier on, which can't be avoided. It's part and parcel of online sim racing. Actually, as a side note, I am actually getting an Ethernet cable this week. It's been ordered and it's due to come on either Monday or Tuesday, so that should be all sorted out for next week, hopefully. So apologies for that, but the Ethernet cable is on its way, and the issues that we've had tonight will be the final time that we encounter these issues. Thank goodness for that. So back with our race leader. What's Duftino doing at the moment? He's coming over the line to complete lap 14. We're over half distance here for our feature race. He's got a 10-second gap here to NRP. He's really racing the man in P6 currently at the moment, Edwin, and he's got a 27-second gap here to Edwin. We know that a pit stop here costs you around 25 seconds, so as it stands, Duftino has got a hell of a task here if he wants to keep P1 ahead of Edwin, our Colombian driver. But at the moment he's doing a good job here as he comes through Curva Grande. Let's have a look at, let's see what's going on with Travis here. He's going to go wheel to wheel with Demobi into turn 1. This guy's going to go side by side, hard on the brakes. It looks like Travis just about holding on, but Demobi looking very, very hot on his heels. The exit, the first chicane, and it looks like Demobi a little bit far back here on the exit, but he's going to slot nicely into the slipstream as they come through Curva Grande. These guys are going to go flat out, and it's all about, when you're coming through Curva Grande, it's about which side do you go, because it's very, very difficult when you're in that position. The track is bearing to the right and you want to bear left or right, depending on what the guy in front of you is doing. But it looks like Travis there, very, very wily, and defending the position, doing everything he can to keep Demobi behind him. A Bavarian driver absolutely hassling the back of him as they come through Lesmo 1. It looks like Travis has got it for now, but Demobi absolutely all over the back of him and trying to pressure him, trying to force him into a mistake. but Travis not having any of it at the moment. Demobi, a little bit of gravel there on the exit, flicking a bit of dirt up. He just about keeps it together though. And in the background, what's happening there with Archel? Looks like Archel running all by himself at the moment. Still needs to come in for his mandatory stop. We're expecting him to come out somewhere around Ugbar when he does, but having said that, Ugbar still needs to come in for his stop, so Archel will be looking to stay ahead of Yasko here and get some good points here for the feature race. Archel obviously finished in 3rd place in the sprint, managed to get a podium in his GT3 debut in the RubbingsRacing League. Fantastic job. And unfortunately got caught up in an incident on lap 1 here of this particular race, dropped him way back down the field. But a little bit of, he's going very wide entry there into Parabolica, right on the limit there, but it seems like he's got the confidence to do so. And in the meantime, we're going to stay with this battle here for Demobi and Travis. Demobi with his mirrors absolutely full, but Demobi's got past Travis. Travis is going to have the slipstream here coming down the main straight. It looks like the Nissan GTR has got the pace to stay in front here of the Ferrari. As we come into the braking zone here, Travis a little bit late on the brakes, but it looks like Demobi's got the measure of him at the moment. What's going on in the rest of the pack? It looks like Bruce Law is coming under pressure here from what looks like it's PT all over the back of him in the foreground there. Yasko's cleared with a Flying Dutchman there, so Yasko up into P8. Our Flying Dutchman Ugbar is dropping places. He's down to P9, Yasko, and still yet to pit as well. It's PT with Bruce Law hot on his heels. These guys are going to go side by side down the pit straight. Bruce Law's going to have to slot back into the slipstream if he wants to get past him. He's going to have to go for the move up the inside. Is PT going to leave the door open? Yes, he is. Bruce Law goes for the move, but it's PT very late on the brakes. And maybe he's going to overshoot it a little bit. Bruce is going to get a better exit due to the fact that it's PT. Oh, and there's contact there on the exit of the first chicane. And it's PT gets it all wrong on the accelerator. Bruce Law runs into him. That is very unfortunate for those two. It looked like a bit of a racing incident there. It's PT just couldn't control the car on the acceleration, and Bruce Law ran straight into him. That's not very good for those guys. It looks like they've got it going again though, thank goodness. But Dalavan picks up the pieces, as does Travan as well. And Ugbar now released into some space. Yasko, he's running in P8 at the moment. He's 49 seconds off the pace. Once these other guys come into the pits, he should be around 20 seconds off the race leader, but with 13 laps to go, I think it's too little too late for our Bosnian reigning champion here of the GT3 division. And at the moment it looks like Yasko's got too much of a task here if he wants to overhaul the front runners. Nicky, NRP, P2 currently into the pits. Let's see if where he comes out in relation to these guys. It looks like he's probably going to come out around where Edwin is, or maybe no, probably around where Thorsten Smith is, to be honest. Thorsten Smith coming out of Parabolica right about now, and Thorsten, I believe, has been into the pits already, so we'll see where he comes out in relation to Nicky. Where's Nicky? He's just coming out of the pit exit now, so Thorsten will move up into P6 in the Porsche. So Thorsten there recovering quite nicely, and Duftino currently with a 15-second gap here at the front of the field. When he comes in for his pit stop, we're expecting he should slot in at around, I would say, P5. But then again, you've got to remember that Travis and Archel still need to come into the pits, I believe, and Demobi as well. So Edwin net race lead at this stage. Looks like Duftino could be on for P2 finish here if he can keep this together, but Edwin definitely looking in the box seat here for the victory at the moment. If Duftino can get it going again, you never know, he could really push Edwin all the way in this feature race. We've got 10 laps here left to go in our feature race. Thank you everybody watching us on stream and for rejoining us twice now here this evening. At the moment, Duftino is leading the race by 16 seconds to Demobi, but Duftino still has to come in for his mandatory stop, as does Demobi and as does Archel. So the top three, or top four should I say, all still have to pit. This should allow Edwin, who's currently running P5, to take the lead of the race. Thorsten Schmidt looks like he's too far off of these guys to slot in somewhere, but it's going to be close though. I'd say Thorsten Schmidt should slot in around third. I would say Demobi maybe fourth. But we've got to see, guys, you know, at the end of the day, we've got to wait for the pit stops to happen, and a small mistake from the pit crew can really spice it up and change the pecking order rapidly and very suddenly in Project Cars 2, so you never know what's going to happen. looking down the order here, the battle for the final top 10 spot is heating up. It looks like Dalavan is being closed on now by XPT as they come up towards the back straight out of Ascari, and you can see here XPT in the slipstream, looking very, very close. And Travis has come into the pits for his mandatory stop, so Travis is into the pits. Let's see where he comes out. He's been passed by Nicky Yasko, also coming past him now, coming down the pit straight. But we're going to stick with these guys here. It looks like Dalavan is coming under increasing pressure now from XPT as they come down the pit straight. I'll remind you, this is for the final top 10 spot here for the feature race for Robbins Racing's GT3 Championship. Over the line to complete lap 17. 10 laps to go here at Monza. And XPT absolutely has to back of him all over those rear mirrors of Dalavan. But Dalavan confident and comfortable on the brakes, holding on to position there in 10th position. Very good driving there from Dalavan, keeping ahead of XPT just about at the moment. Bruce Law currently P12, and he's coming under pressure here from Traven. He's going around the outside, but Bruce Law, I believe, has just got past Traven. Can Traven fight back? We know that Traven loves a good old battle here in the GT3s. Last week we saw at the Red Bull Ring, he gave Yasko a hell of a fight, and he's going to look to the inside here. Can he make a move up there to the second chicane? Bruce Law is very late on the brakes, and he's going to keep it together. Good defensive driving there from Bruce Law. Holds on to 12th place just about in the background there. Lionsfoot is closing on to the back of Traven now. Can Lionsfoot put himself in amongst it here on lap 19 here of our feature race? Lionsfoot had an excellent sprint race, finished in mid-pack for that one, but unfortunately hasn't really got it together here in our feature for whatever reason. Scotty struggling a little bit, our Welsh driver from Swansea, but looks like we're not too strong out here in this race. Everyone is within a minute of the race leader at this stage in the race, so it's pretty close. The gap between 8th and 14th place is actually less than 10 seconds, so it's got Bruce, Traven and Scotty know that they're not too far away from 8th position here if they can keep their foot down and keep it to the metal. But it looks like Duftino here is leading by about 14 seconds at the moment. Archil has closed that gap, and Archil's got past Amobi, but it's looking very, very close on the track. Archil, is he going to hold on ahead of him? It looks like he's got past our Bavarian driver. So Archil on a flyer at the moment. He's gone 1.5 seconds faster than Demobi on that previous lap, and he actually went 1.3 seconds faster than Duftino, our race leader last time around. So Archil really has got it nailed down. Oh, Demobi very, very loose there on the gravel, almost losing the car. Lee Kendall says great racing and fantastic. Oh, thank you very much. VMX rider there, one of our regulars in the Robbins Racing League. Great to see him commenting. He actually raced this morning in our Formula Renault Championship, and I was racing alongside him. I didn't do too well in that. He did better than I did in that one. Good to have you with us, Lee, live on the stream. So at the moment they're coming down the back straight, and it looks like Archil here is closing the gap to our race leader. 12. In fact, Duftino's in the pits. That'll be why our race leader brings it in. So where's he going to come out in relation to Edwin? We're expecting that Edwin, who has already made his pit stop, will assume the race lead when he exits Parabolica. Here comes our Colombian season 1 2019 champion out of the Parabolica now. He's going to come out, and he's going to pass Demobi. It looks like he's going to get on past Duftino as well. So Edwin into second place. Archil still yet to make his mandatory stop in this one. So once he does that, it should release Edwin into the race lead. And Duftino, where's he going to come out? It looks like he's come out in 3rd position. So Duftino, once Archil comes in for his mandatory stop, should be able to take P2 here in this race. But Thorsten Smith on an absolute mission here. We've seen him flying back through the pack in this feature race. So Duftino's going to have to look out, because his gap to Thorsten is only 6 seconds. Can Thorsten rein in that gap in the final few laps? Looks like Duftino on for a podium here in our feature race after a disappointing start to the season in round 1 and the sprint race in round 2. But it looks like he's recovering it. Our Czech driver here doing a solid job in our feature race here this evening, as long as he can keep it together. He made a change in pre-season to the Audi and then to the Bentley, but it looks like he's finally settled with his old team, the Lamborghini team, here for season 1 of 2020, and it's good to see him back in the car that he so loves to drive. And it's great to see that the Lamborghini team have rehired him. And Martino, fantastic job, hats off to him in this feature race. So we got Archil currently leading the way by 6 seconds here to Edwin, but still yet to make his mandatory stop and it's just about when he makes it now. Jasko, our champion from last season, currently running P5 at the moment, and it'd be interesting to see what happens with his battle in the championship this season with Edwin. Obviously Edwin came into this race leading by 2 points. Jasko with the win in the sprint race, which helped him out quite a bit in the points, obviously with pole position as well. But Edwin currently showing that in the feature races he's definitely got something in these cars. The longer races do seem to suit our Colombian driver a lot better, and Jasko, for whatever reason, just hasn't got it going. Maybe it's been bad luck. For the opening laps of our feature races really haven't been good to our Bosnian, but he's going to come over. He's got a 29 second lead, 29 second gap to Archil, leading the race at the moment. So Archil, when he comes in, should come out around Jasko, probably just in front of him, but you never know what's going to happen. We've got thick fog here coming down here at Monza, so the visibility is going to be very, very tough for these guys. Hopefully this fog will clear up ASAP and we can get some clear visibility once again, because no one enjoys not being able to see the cars going around the track. But at the moment it looks like Archil holding the gap here to Edwin. Edwin knows he just has to stay where he is. All he has to do is nurse the car home to the finish, and he will have this feature race in the bag, and he can extend his championship lead over Jasko VR as he comes into Ascari now, our Colombian driver. Fantastic job here at Monza, one of his favourite tracks, bit of a track specialist here, and good to see what's going on further back in the pack. It looks like Ugbar here and Dalavan very, very close on the track. Ugbar being homed in now by Dalavan as they come into Lesmo 1. Looks like Dalavan was 0.8 of a second faster that last time around than our Flying Dutchman, and he's all over the back of him. He's got his lights on in the rear view mirrors, letting him know that he's there and he wants that position. Coming out of the Lesmo 2, and he's right there, right up his bumper. Very, very close here on the track. These guys also making inroads here on Travis, who's currently running P8. Travis with a penalty as well, so we'll have a look at those in just a moment and see who's got how much time on the penalties scale. But at the moment it looks like we've got Ugbar holding on here ahead of Travan for P9 at the minute. As they again navigating through thick fog at the moment, and not much to separate these two guys as they come down the back straight towards Parabolica. Here we go, they're going to come hard on the brakes here, and Ugbar holding on, but a little bit of a nudge there from Dalavan, running into the back of Ugbar just a little bit. Looks like he's held it together though. Good driving in the end from those guys. But Ugbar is, definitely goes well around Monza. Has raced around this track many times, bit of a veteran. We know that he has got the pace here, and I'm sure that he's well within his capabilities of keeping Dalavan behind him in these final 5 laps here for our feature race for round 2 of RubbingsRacing's GT3 Championship here at Monza. Thank you to all the guys who are sticking with us on the stream, and I do apologise for the issues that we've had earlier in the stream. We've had to restart it a couple of times, and unfortunately the stream is a lower quality stream as a result of the issues that we've had earlier on. But we are here, we're still racing, we're still going, and I'm just glad that we managed to get it all back up and running again. Archil, last time around, a little bit quicker than Edwin. That gap up to 7 seconds here at the front as he comes round up towards the Parabolica. Still yet to make his mandatory stop is Archil. A little bit of a slide there on the entry to Parabolica, keeping it together though. And he's just trying to build that gap up to Jasko so that he can come out ahead of our Bosnian when he comes into the pits. Currently the gap between Archil and Jasko, 28 seconds on the track. Nicky looking very, very good at the moment, currently 4 seconds behind Jasko. So when Thorsten Schmidt comes in for his pit stop, or hold on, I don't know actually, I think he might have already been into the pits. So actually trying to work it out, I think that Nicky should probably maintain position by the end of this race, but it looks like Archil will drop down to P4 or 5. Interesting to see if he can stay ahead of Jasko VR here in the closing laps when he comes in for his pit stop. I just want to say, while the race is still going on, thank you to all the guys watching on stream. If you're interested in joining Rubbings Racing, then go to www.rubbingsracing.co.uk and register yourself as a driver. Get involved in our leagues, complete your evaluation and get involved, sign up to our championships. We run 6-week seasons here at Rubbings Racing to cater for everyone, make sure that everyone gets a chance to have a go at a championship and give it their all. And a little bit of a wobble there from Ugbar there as he comes out of turn 1, but holds it together, still keeping that position there ahead of Dalavan, doing a great job, our Flying Dutchman, of keeping him behind him. The fog has gone now. We've got clear visibility here at Monza for the final 4 laps of our feature race here. But I just wanted to say massive shout out to all the guys on the track for giving us the action and for keeping it clean in the circumstances. We had a bit of lag going on earlier on in this feature race, but these guys, hats off to them for keeping it all together. And we're just having a look at the timing screens now. It looks like NRP is falling back a little bit into the clutches of Demobi. Demobi, we saw in last week's feature race, had an absolute mare on the final lap, had the race easily within his grasp, but his wheel came disconnected in the closing stages, and in this one it's not been a great one for him so far in this feature race. Currently in P7, he can maybe salvage something from this one in the final few laps here. He's closing onto the back of NRP, but Nicky, we know, tricky customer, and is definitely not going to let him go without a fight. But Nicky currently running P6, a little bit wide there, coming through Parabolica is Nicky. Let's hope he can hold it together here. He's got 4 laps to go in this feature race, and 6th place will be his. Where is our race leader Archel? Currently 4 or 5 seconds is his gap here to Edwin. Edwin was 1.2 seconds faster than our race leader last time around, but we know that Archel still got to come in for his stop. So Archel will most likely, as we keep saying, drop down to 5th place once he comes in for that pit stop. But Yasko absolutely flying at the moment. Can Yasko maybe close in on Thorsten Schmidt? The gap's 5 seconds at the moment with 4 laps to go. If Yasko can really get his car to the nailed down, he might be able to get a podium here and continue his fantastic run of 100% podium finishes here this season. He's currently finished on the podium in all 3 of our races here for Rubbings Racing's GT3 Championship. He won the first race, he was 3rd in the second race, and he won the sprint race here this evening for the first race in round 2 here at Monza. So if he can get past Thorsten Schmidt, he could be on for a podium here once Archel comes in for his mandatory stop. We've got to keep an eye on this and see what Archel does here. If he can get that car in and out of that box in record time, then that's not going to allow Yasko to get past him. Archel comes round to complete lap 24. We have got 3 laps left to go here in our feature race. He's got a 3.77 gap to Edwin. Edwin now just absolutely flying here. He doesn't need to, but he wants to. He definitely wants to. He's closing in on Archel at the moment here. He's really got that car flying at the moment at the end of this race. Edwin, we know at the we know he's definitely got something in these feature races. Always seems to come good towards the end of the race. We see him closing in all the time. Last week we saw him was closing the gap on Demobi, and then eventually Demobi's wheel gave up the ghost, which allowed him to take quite an easy pass in the end. But thank you anyway to the guys on stream for watching tonight. So if you want to join Rubbings Racing, go to www.rubbingsracing.co.uk. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that donate button as well at www.rubbingsracing.co.uk. Archel now 3 seconds here to Edwin. Edwin absolutely closing the gap. And Duftino, what happened to Duftino? He's been passed by Thorsten Schmidt here, so Duftino falling back, and it looks like it's coming through the second sector now. Duftino's an absolute mare coming through the first sector. He's dropped 2 seconds on these guys. So Thorsten Schmidt up into the final podium spot, and he's going to find himself falling back into the clutches of Yasko now. Both of these guys are being closed in on by Yasko. Yasko's got a 3 second gap to overhaul Thorsten Schmidt. We've got 2.5 laps here to go at Monza for our feature race. At the moment, Thorsten Schmidt has the final podium spot. Archel will drop that lead once he comes into the pits, so potentially if Duftino's still on for a podium, as long as he can stay ahead of Yasko in these final couple of laps. But anything can happen here in our feature race here at Monza this evening. And where is Edwin? Edwin's got the gap down now to 2 seconds here to Archel, and Archel's out of fuel. Archel's run out of fuel. Oh my goodness. So Archel is out of the race. Oh, with 2 laps left to go in this feature race. Archel's retired, pulled over to the side of the road, out of fuel. He's left the session. Edwin retakes the lead of the race. So our Colombian driver looks set to take his 2nd victory of the season here at Monza. We already expected that. What we didn't expect was to see Archel actually retiring from the race and completely nullifying his chances of finishing on the podium. So Thorsten Schmidt, currently P2, having overtaken Duftino for P2. Duftino in the slipstream here. It looks like they're going to come around Curva Grande here, but Duftino here lost the position to Thorsten Schmidt a lap or so ago. It looks like he can't fight back. Thorsten Schmidt has pulled out the gap to him. Can Jasko put himself on the podium and maintain his 100% record of finishing on the podium so far in season 1 of 2020 here at Rubbings Racing? In the 666 Lamborghini livery, our reigning champion of the GT3 division is absolutely flying. He's just done his fastest sector 1 of the entire event so far, and he's really got that hammer down now. Duftino will see Jasko in his mirrors. Duftino knows he'll want to finish on the podium, but he has got a penalty. Let's have a look and see what that penalty is. It's 2 seconds. So as it stands, Duftino will lose that 3rd place and the podium for Jasko. That fantastic record of 100% finishing on the podium this season will continue for our reigning champion as they come into Ascari. Where's Edwin at the moment? Edwin, our race leader, is coming out of Parabolica. He's about to start the last lap. Here comes our Colombian driver to begin the final lap of the race. He's driven a fantastic feature race, finished 2nd in our feature. In the end, couldn't keep up with Jasko, but he's driven a stellar race in this one. And Thorsten Schmidt, can he hold on here for 2nd place on the track? Duftino knows he needs to get past him and pull out a 2-second gap if he wants to finish on the podium here. So Duftino with it all to do here as they start the last lap here of our feature race. They're 3 in a line here. Thorsten Schmidt, Duftino and Jasko very close on the track. It looks like Demobi's just about holding on here from Nicky, and can Nicky pull back and get into a top 5 position on this last lap here? It's all to play for here in Rubbings Racing's feature race here for round 2 of our GT3 championship at Monza. Thorsten Schmidt has 2nd place in the bag, but if Duftino can get past him and pull 2 seconds on himself and Jasko, then Duftino could finish on the podium, which would be an absolutely fantastic achievement after what happened in the sprint race and the first 2 races at the Red Bull Ring in round 1. And Duftino's going to go defensive. Jasko looks to the outside. No, he's going to let him through. Team orders there. Duftino pulls over and allows Jasko to take the position. Maybe that was a team order there saying, look, let Jasko fight for P2. He can get past Thorsten. He's going to have his mirrors absolutely full of the reigning champion, but it looks like it might be too little too late. Jasko has left it a little bit too late to pull onto the back of him now. Thorsten Schmidt in the Porsche looks like he's got P2 sorted in this feature race, barring any kind of major incidents here on the last half a lap here for our feature race for Rubbings Racing's GT3 Championship round 2 here at Monza. Massive shout out to all these guys for the on-track action they have provided here this evening. Where's our race leader? Edwin V77, our Colombian driver, is going to make it 2 feature race wins from 2 events here for season 1 of 2020 here at Rubbings Racing. Our Colombian driver, Edwin V77, over the line to take the win in the feature race. Fantastic job. Dominant victory in the end, 20 seconds clear of the rest of the field. Thorsten Schmidt, it looks like he's going to hold on ahead of Jasko, but is Jasko going to go for one final push out of Parabolica? It looks like Thorsten's got it. Thorsten in the Porsche is going to hold on here for P2. Thorsten Schmidt 2nd. Jasko VR continues his fantastic run of podiums here this season. Duftino in the end not able to finish on the podium. Creditable 4th place though for Duftino. Demobi looks like he's going to hold on for 5th place here ahead of Nicky. He's going to come over the line now in the black Nissan GTR. The car